this meeting. Assalamualaikum semua. Welcome to Bengkel Kecemerlangan Pelajar. FSG 661 Thank you very much for your participation. And today we will have two sessions for Road to Understanding Performance and Excellency in Presentation. Our first panel this morning will be Dr. Amirul Adli Abdul Aziz, and he will be sharing on the technique penyediaan extended abstract, where it will cost you 5% of your total marks for your FYP2, alright? And then a little bit introduction on Dr. Adli here. Okay, his name is Dr. Amirul Adli, but he prefers to be called Dr. Adli. Am I right, Dr. Adli?
Yes, that's true.
Yes, eh? All right. And a little bit of his background. He obtained his bachelor in science from in biotech. Um, in biochemistry, but I'm not sure where, as he keep it a secret.
Uh,
And
uh,
yeah.
it's the same uni as my PhD.
Oh, it's in UK, right? United
Yes.
Kingdom, bukan Ulu Kelang.
No.
Do you
Ulu
mind
Kelang pun boleh.
sharing which part of UK?
University of Sheffield, UK.
Oh, Sheffield. And
Yep.
later, he straight away obtained his PhD in molecular biology from the same uni. And his kepakaran, expertise, is in macromolecular crystallography, enzyme specificity, structure activity relationship. Is it correct?
Yes.
Yes. And he recently joined UITM in year of 2020. Maybe most of you have not, meet him in person, but maybe one day, inshallah. So let's not waste any time. We welcome Dr. Amirul Adli to give his presentation.
Okay. Can you see my face? Is it displayed somewhere?
Yes, in the
Yes.
space far,
Okay.
far
Yes,
away.
it's in the
Okay. So
universe.
yeah. So as you can see,
Yes.
I'm uh, presenting live from a hypothetical outer space. Okay. Ikut saranan Director General, dia suruh kata duduk rumah. Okay. Jangan keluar untuk memutuskan rantaian COVID-19. Okay. So kita pun dah bosan duduk rumah. Kalau nak keluar malas, tak apa. Kita pergi ke outer space. Okay. Where all the COVID-19 is not there. And the R not for the COVID-19 transmission is ultimately zero. Okay. So, Assalamualaikum semua. Nama saya tadi dah itu kan boleh panggil Dr. Adli. Okay. Most of you wouldn't have met me before, except only a few, I think, because itu pun sebab saya ambil alih FYP punya ni for the lecturer yang pergi bercuti. Okay. Ada tak kat sini siapa? Naimah dengan Sharifah, are you there? Can you say hi?
Yes, Doctor. Hi, Doctor.
Yes, there they are. Okay, they have met me, but not face to face as well. Google Meet je, tengok muka je. Okay. So right, so this is how I look, and when you meet me in person, this is also how I look. Gambar yang tadi tu is during my glory days. So mata tak ada panda lagi, semua apa rambut lawa lagi. Okay. Sekarang ni dah slightly orang kata age, okay, mature. Okay. Right, so that's just an introduction. Okay. Now I'm just gonna share and present the slide to you. See. Boom. Can you see the slide?
Yes, Dr.
Yes.
Adli.
Yes. Thanks. Okay. Right. So how am I gonna do this? I'm going to talk to you over the slide. I'm going to look at the slide. So I'm not looking at the Google Meet interface. Okay. So if you have anything, if at some point my voice become tak clear ke, presentation hilang ke, or I'm starting talking nonsense yang tak ada kat slide ke, let me know. Okay. And by voicing out or apa, raise your hand ni ada bunyi kan, macam tu. Okay. Bila ada bunyi tu, I'm aware, then you can say whatever you want lah. Okay. Just get my attention. Because why, itulah kita pun baru je lagi satu sem. Saya sendiri specifically baru je satu sem buat ODL ni. Satu sem, half sem baru. Okay, so all these technical bits is slightly new to me. Okay. Kadang tu ada yang cakap minta tulis kat chat, doktor tak ada slide, but I'm not looking at the Google Meet, so I don't know what you are talking about. Okay, so just raise your hand, get my attention, and say whatever you want to say. Okay. Right. Semua dah breakfast ke? Tadi kita pensyarah relax borak student diam je. Dah. Tu apa tu? Okay. Alhamdulillah semua dah breakfast. So okay, let's just start now. Okay, we are 10 minutes in. Alright, so the topic we are going to be talking about, the topic I am going to talk about today is extended abstract. Okay. And the technique untuk penyediaan extended abstract. I'm sure most of you are familiar with the term abstract, okay? But are you all familiar with the term extended abstract? Okay, so it's not the same thing, but you can't know extended abstract without knowing what is an abstract first. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. Now, so most of you, students especially, would know that abstract is needed in your thesis. Okay, when you write your thesis, bila tulis thesis FYP, kita tulis abstract dekat depan-depan. So it's like the introduction, the apa, summary of your thesis. Okay, and that is at your level, that is familiar to you. Okay, you know you have to write an abstract, but abstract is also needed in other occasions. Okay, for example, journal articles, okay, proceedings, symposium, conferences, all these require an abstract. Why? Because it's the shorter version of a whole research article, okay, ataupun research findings lah. Okay, you are more familiar with the thesis version, okay, but to be able to write a thesis, you would have look or search for journal articles. Okay, bila kita cari journal article, kita Google malaria, okay, literature review malaria, kita Google, and then adalah Google punya results. Okay, and then you click on that link. What you see first is an abstract. Okay, you don't see the full paper straight away. You see an abstract, unless of course the link is a PDF link that goes straight to the paper. But most electronic database, what you see first is the abstract, and then there's an option to read the full article. Okay. Okay, betul tak tu? Setuju tak dengan saya? Semua dah pernah try cari literature review kan? Ya, literature article.
Setuju.
Betul setuju So you what you see is the abstract first. Okay, and you read the abstract. You read the abstract, and then you decide, oh, ini ada kaitan tak dengan saya punya research. Okay, ada kaitan tak dengan apa yang literature review yang saya kena write ni? Bila ada kaitan, then you click read full paper. Kalau your item ada access, dapatlah tengok paper tu kan. Kalau tak ada, mintalah kat kawan-kawan yang ada access. Okay, ataupun guna Google Scholar, hopefully ada. Okay, itu another thing. That's why I'm worried as well. Sebab kadang-kadang kita think that it's just an abstract, it's a full paper. Okay, so tengok abstract, nampak abstract je, copy abstract punya word tu masuk dalam kita punya literature review terus cite paper tu. Okay, that is not the right thing to do. You have to read the full article. Baru kita summarize dan kita masukkan dalam kita punya paper. Bukannya copy abstract dia je. Macam tu senang lah kerja kan. Cari abstract je masuk dalam literature review. No, that's not the right way. Okay. But so that's for your thesis, okay? And then you have come across journal articles as well. So the abstract for is the first that you see in the electronic database when you look for journal articles, okay? Proceedings, okay? Proceedings ni is relatively shorter than journal articles, okay? And normally proceedings ni is what precede a full paper, okay? You have a research, an ongoing research, and then you have some results but not a complete result to conclude the whole project lah, okay? But you can publish some of the results in proceedings, okay? That's what we call proceeding. Proceedings it precedes a full entire research project, okay? And then proceedings pun ada dia punya abstract dia juga, okay? This is proceedings. Okay, this maybe some of you are not familiar with this. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. Proceedings is what precedes a journal article basically. Okay, journal article ni selalunya dah a complete project, a complete research findings. Okay, and then you have symposium. Okay, symposium ni is more, symposium and conferences ni are very much the same. Okay, you datang event and then you submit your abstract and then you present your data there either by plenary talk, okay, kita bagi speakers, kita lantik speakers untuk speak on your project. Macam ni lah, kita guna slide and all that. Ada juga yang posters, okay, and ada juga yang actually go to the event and publish paper, okay, and then talk about the paper in some sort of slide presentation, okay, but the paper is what's going to be published, okay, and all this needs an abstract, okay. Now, after talking too much on that, okay, here comes the question, okay, what is an abstract, okay, why do you do it, and why must it be of excellent quality, okay? So for this, can I ask, okay, because you all will have know what an abstract is, we just don't know what an extended abstract is yet, but for students, okay, siapa-siapa yang nak volunteer, can you explain to me what is an abstract? Anybody?
Summary.
Yes, Fatin Nadia. Simple, one word answer. Summary. Ada tanda soal lagi kat ujung kan? Yes, exactly. Okay. Just open the slide back again. Okay. An abstract summarizes your whole thesis ataupun research article down to its core components and key findings. Okay. You have all these results, all this methodology, how you do it, and what did you find, how is that compared to previous research, previous findings. An abstract doesn't have all that. It's just everything stripped down to the core components and key findings. Yang paling penting je. Okay, and that is why it's a summary. Okay, why? Because an abstract is the only part of the paper that potential referee or reader will see. Okay, macam saya cakap tadi, dekat electronic database, dekat conference, most of the time orang yang datang ni akan baca abstract je. Okay, not even abstract, dia akan baca title dulu. Okay, imagine in a conference of 500 attendees. Okay, so there are 500 submissions there. Are you gonna read all of them? No, nobody have the time. Okay, first you're gonna read the title. Okay, bila title tu macam interesting, then you going to read the abstract. Okay, so the abstract is like a window. Okay, it's like is what previews your research article. Okay, and that is why you have to include all the core components and key findings. Okay, and that is what is going to attract them. Okay, which brings us to the next question. Why do you do it? Why do you have to have an abstract? Okay, because it is to attract prospective readers to find out more. Okay, sebab tu. And that's why it has to have the core components and key findings, because if it's not there, how are we going to attract them? Okay, and of course the readers would have to have some background of what you are doing, okay, and then hence, you know, you wouldn't attend an economic conference if you are a biologist, okay, you don't have the background, okay. So that's why the research, the abstract of the your thesis or research article has to have the core and key findings, so that it's suited to what the readers understand, okay, and that is what is going to attract them and find out more, okay, about your findings. So next question, why must it be of excellent quality? Okay, why? Because for most people, anything beyond the abstract does not matter, okay. Ini key point dia, okay. Even yang datang conference pun, even yang ada background in biology pun, datang a biology conference or biology symposium or read your thesis, ada kumpulan thesis ke, and then biologist nak baca and whatever. Most people lepas baca abstract, it's either they read your full thesis or they don't, okay. That's for most people, okay. Hanya orang yang certain few je yang akan get interested if you use the right words in your abstract. If you write an excellent abstract, only these few prospective readers je yang interested, yang akan read the whole of your research finding, your article, okay. And that is why you have to make it an excellent quality, okay. So only a dedicated reader will pursue the contents of the paper, and then most often only the introduction and discussion section. Itu lagi satu, okay. Kebanyakan orang lepas bila dia minat dengan the abstract, dia nak baca further, dia baca intro and then terus baca conclusion, okay. Biarlah apa yang kat dalam tu, result ke apa semua dia tak kisah, sebab in the end result tu akan summarize dalam conclusion juga kan. Itu lagi satu. So an abstract is a window that attracts them into your house, and then once they get into your house, they only get what they want, okay. So it's up to you. That's why you have to write a decent quality paper so that there's a flow, okay. Once they write the introduction and the conclusion, and they are more interested on your methods or what you have on your results, and they want to be skeptics or whatever, they read the whole paper, okay. But none of this is possible without a good abstract, okay. So that is why an abstract is important, okay. Right. So once a wise man said, okay, you should not judge a book by its cover, but you should by its abstract, okay. Tahu tak siapa yang quote tu? Ada yang pernah dengar tak? Respon sikit. Ada tak yang pernah dengar, students?
Tak pernah dengar.
Tak pernah dengar. Muhammad?
Saya tak pernah.
Tak pernah. Thank you Muhammad. Yang lain? Ada pernah nampak tak? Tak pernah. Adli? Wise pun tak pernah. Lagi?
Tak pernah.
Ladies, Fatihah, Sharifah pun juga tak pernah kan? My students ni pun tak pernah.
Tak pernah dengar.
Okay. Terima kasih semua. Okay. Memang tak pernah sebab saya yang design. Saya yang made that up, okay. Last night, dia tengah-tengah fikir, okay, that's what, but it's true, okay. You should not judge a book by its cover. Why? Because, you know, in time a book withers, okay, cover dia, kena habuk and all that, kulapuk, kulat, and then they just wither away, and then, but the content maintains, okay. If it's a good book, even if the cover is whatever, destroyed, the good content remains, okay. But if you have a book with a bad abstract, what makes you think the content is going to be good, okay. That is why you should always judge whatever book or a thesis or research article by its abstract, okay. Why? Okay, ada juga orang cakap tak boleh juga sekarang, maybe abstract dia tak cantik tapi sebenarnya result dia bagus, okay. I'm saying this because you should always judge the abstract first. Why? Because if it's good, people are going to read more on your research, okay. If it's bad, however good the content is, people is going to ignore it. So whatever argument you say, it doesn't matter. They don't read your text or your findings. It does not matter anymore at that point. Let them read first, okay. Kalau sebab orang cakap yang macam ni, orang yang cakap yang you shouldn't judge whatever by the abstract because they think the results is important, okay. And then kadang-kadang orang ni ada juga yang write a really excellent abstract but the content is rubbish contohnya kan. But it doesn't matter as well sebab what you want is for people to read your article or your thesis. Because after they read your abstract, there are dua perkara yang akan jadi, okay? Ataupun dua jenis orang yang akan continue reading. Someone yang betul-betul interested ataupun someone yang skeptic, okay? Someone yang betul-betul interested, if they read the rest of your article and then they find it interesting, that's good, okay? That means you have contributed to the knowledge, okay? And also, yeah, you can discuss more and how to proceed or whatever. Untuk skeptic ni is good as well. Why? Because they are the most important person that you need to be in touch. Why? Because these are the people that are going to improve you. Okay, they are going to comment on your project. Cakap, oh ini salah ni. Okay, but again, that is not possible if they don't read your abstract. Okay, that's why you have to have a really good abstract. Okay, right. So how kita nak hasilkan abstract yang terbaik of excellent quality, okay? There are several guidelines, okay? First, you have to make it interesting and easy to understand. This is important, okay? It has to be interesting scientifically lah sebab kita ni dalam field science kan. So you have to pick their interest. Bila dia orang baca, dia orang rasa macam ush, okay, this is a prelude to a really good reading, okay? Siapa yang suka membaca lah, okay? And it has to be easy to understand, okay? Why? Because you don't want to put all your difficult findings yang susah-susah tu, yang whatever terms contoh kalau macam you cakap extract of this plant cures cancer kan, that is somehow interesting, okay. Siapa yang baca akan nampak, interesting ni. Then they akan read more, plan apa, okay. Tapi kalau kita cakap this phenol content blah 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 cures lymphoma cells, okay, that is too technical, okay. It's too somehow it's quite difficult juga untuk understand kalau kita guna all those difficult terms, okay. And of course it has to fit the audience juga lah, okay. And then depends on your conference. Kalau you pergi conference cancer, of course lah orang tu akan tahu ayat-ayat tu. Kalau you are going to like a undergraduate conference contohnya, okay. So you have to kind of use the right words so that it is interesting and easy to understand, okay. There's a fine line ataupun there's a trade-off between the two, okay. You kadang-kadang kita nak bagi interesting, kita guna ayat yang marvelous, guna chemical punya terms, that tarik balik the equilibrium, so it is harder to understand. So you have to kind of balance between the two, okay. Secondly, it has to be accurate and specific, okay. Mesti tepat fakta dia and specific, jangan general, jangan broad, okay. It has to be concise and also brief, okay. These two key points are a combination, okay. All the facts in there have to be accurate, jangan salah, okay. Contoh COVID-19 is caused by corona bacterium. Ayat pertama dah so sekarang ni benda tu lagi bahaya sebab coronavirus ni dah even makcik jual nasi lemak pun tahu coronavirus, covid kan. Tiba-tiba tulis corona bacterium, so confirm salah kat situ ayat pertama. So that is that is going to put off the readers lah, okay. And how are you going to make them trust you, okay, by writing such abstract, okay. And also has to be brief and concise, okay. This is what I'm saying. Concise ni bukan bermakna pendek. Concise ni is short but full of information. And to write a concise sentence takes years of experience, okay. You have to write your whole life, okay. Even saya ni dah umur 30 tahun pun still struggle, okay. Much less you all as a student lah. So that is a continuous learning, okay. That is how you improve lah, okay. And then some of the study untuk improve macam tu lah, kita buat abstract, kita hantar and then suruh supervisor baca and ask them how they think about the abstract. And then kalau part supervisor dah settle, okay, supervisor agree, Hantar kat conference, hantar dekat poster, and then look at how the higher people review your work. Okay, because dekat conference ni adalah dia punya review dia yang higher, you know, yang more experience, okay, more senior in their field. And then from there, kalau kena reject, so that means you have to improve, okay, and then find out how you want to improve that, and then it, you know, go one step at a time. Okay, next, a good abstract sets the tone for your, you know, your full research findings. Okay, it sets the tone. Bila kita baca tu, walaupun orang tu tak ada background yang spesifik on that study. Contoh macam saya cakap lah, pergi undergraduate punya conference, you present pasal cancer punya studies. Okay, although some of them are not expert in the fields, okay, but at least yang atas ni dah settle. Okay, you got them interested, okay, and then they understand enough what you are trying to say, apa study yang you buat, apa yang you dapat, and all the facts are true, and they nampak okay, betul, and then it you know, it attracts them. It's brief and concise enough, they are not tired after reading your abstract, and now it sets the tone. Okay, so dia dah, body dia dah warm up. Okay, dia baca abstract tu, dia macam sambil interest tu, badan dia jadi makin warm. Okay, dia dah ready to read your whole research. Okay, so that is how you want to make an excellent abstract. Okay, now let's talk about parts of an abstract. Okay, apa anggota-anggota badan dalam abstract ni? Okay, first kali is scope and motivation. Okay, you have to have a scope. Okay, apa scope study yang you buat? Okay, contoh macam tadi lah. Okay, malaria is a fatal disease, and is a problem, you know, problem worldwide, for example. Contoh so that is the scope. Okay, and then what is your motivation? Okay, malaria has killed, or ataupun bukan kill lah, macam there are an estimate of 100,000 deaths per year caused by malaria. So that is what motivates you to do the study. And then when people read that, they see, they understand that, and it's true. Okay, dia tengok oh betul, malaria ni adalah masalah global. Okay, in some parts of the world yang tak ada malaria, contoh macam kawasan-kawasan yang not tropics, okay, macam kat England, okay, they don't have malaria because it's not a tropical environment, so they don't know that. Okay, but if they read that sentence, that is what is going to attract them. They are interested. Oh, ini masalah dunia rupanya. Okay, I don't know this. Okay, and then they are going to read more on that. Okay, read more of your abstract. Okay, next comes your problem statement. Okay, apa masalah dia yang you nak selesaikan dalam your study? Okay, contoh malaria has seen an increase in drug resistance. Okay, adalah ubat yang kita gunakan untuk malaria worldwide dah start ada drug resistance. So that is a problem, and how do you want to solve it? And then comes your approach and methodology. How you want to solve that problem? What sort of methodology you are using to study that and to solve that problem? Okay, and then it's a flow. Okay, they see your scope, they see your motivation, and they see the problem that they might not know before, and then they read how you approach it and the methodology, and then when you give them, and when you share what you get, the results, you know, and they can see how the result can help solve that problem, that is enough. Okay, that is what is good enough for them to be interested in your study. And of course, you know, if they want to know more, they will read the rest of your articles. Okay, so that is the anggota-anggota badan yang kena ada in an abstract. Without each one, dia akan jadi tempang lah, tak nampak kat situ. Nampak problem, ada metodologi, lepas tu tiba tak ada result. So what's the point? Okay, buat apa nak baca? Okay, macam tu lah contoh. Itu parts of an abstract. Okay, now so after all that, what is the format of an abstract? Okay, macam mana kita nak tulis abstract ni? Apa format dia? Okay, is there a format for a thin abstract? No, okay, there isn't. there is not a certain format to write an abstract. There are many ways to write an abstract, okay? But in general, there are several, I would say, limitation or guidelines of how you want to write it. But it changes based on the medium you are using, okay? Macam saya cakap awal-awal tadi, you have an abstract for your thesis. You have an abstract for a journal article type submission. You have an abstract for poster or conference and symposium proceedings. Semua benda tu is up to them to decide. They set the format, okay, and you just have to follow it, okay. But you know, with all the different formats, there are some consistent ataupun certain guideline yang stay fixed, okay, just to meet the criteria of a good abstract, okay. And what are they? There they are, okay. First, normally for abstract is no more than one page, okay, no more than one page. You buat abstract, kalau lebih daripada one page tu macam dah panjang sangat, okay. Kalau kita tengok yang electronic database, biasanya it's just a paragraph, okay. It's one paragraph normally dekat journal punya database. Tapi I've often see in thesis, for example, some abstract in thesis consists of more than one paragraph. Okay, they want to arrange all the anggota badan tadi in paragraph. And why? Because they do that according to the format set by the institution lah. Okay, universiti ni suruh buat macam ni. So you have to follow it. Scope and motivation, first paragraph. Problem statement, second. Methodology, third. Last kali result and discussion, last paragraph. But generally no more than a page, okay. And then janganlah you know, ask me stupid questions like, doktor, saya buat font saya size 100, so abstract saya 100 muka surat. That is apa orang kata, stupid lah kan. So of course the font as well is set by the guideline, so you have to follow that, okay. And then space pun janganlah sampai 2-3 space. Why you need to extend it too much, okay. Just a single page abstract is enough, okay. Figure or no figure, okay, this also depends, okay. Some, kalau selalunya abstract dalam buku, thesis or journal article tak ada figure. But if you are submitting your abstract to conference, posters, kadang-kadang they allow figure submissions just to kind of you know, let the review see clearly what your results, okay. Itu. But for you generally tak ada for an abstract in a thesis, okay. And then there are limit of words or characters. Ni pun depends on the institution. Dia nak set, let's say 500 words saja ataupun 300 words, 50 words, depends, okay. Tapi biasa journal article punya abstract lagi strict daripada yang lain-lain, okay. Dia kadang dibagi one paragraph 200 words saja, so that is really short, okay. And it takes practice to write such short abstract, okay. Now, okay, so we have spent about 20 minutes talking about abstract, okay. Why I need to say that? Because you have to know what is an abstract first before we are talking extended abstract, okay. So now, what is an extended abstract, okay? Is it just extend it, you know, stretch it more, okay? Make it longer, and then add some more words in there, okay. Daripada abstract jadi bananas, potatoes, raspberry, cucumber, tomato. You just add words into it to make it, you know, extended, okay. No, okay, please. That is not how you write an extended abstract, okay. So this is what I was talking earlier, okay. If you know what an abstract is, and then if I ask you to write an extended abstract, I can guarantee, okay, without giving you techniques and guidelines, I can guarantee some of you are just going to add more words into it, okay. Just extend it a bit more, okay. Tambah perkataan, instead of kata this is, you kata however, in spite of this, when I'm talking about this issue, so that is like adding another sentence in there, okay. That is not how you do an extended abstract, okay. Let's look at the difference between the two, okay. I've talked about this. Okay, as abstract biasanya kita akan guna dalam thesis, journal articles and books. Okay, it's a printed material lah. Okay, thesis, you buka page pertama ada abstract. Journal article pun sama. Kalau given either it's online or it's printed, you have to have an abstract. Okay, books pun sama. Kadang-kadang kalau tak kat muka surat depan, kat belakang macam yang biasa baca novel apa semua kan. It's either abstract or summary. Some people use the term summary instead of abstract. Okay. Extended abstract ni pula kadang-kadang is used in the other medium. Okay, proceedings, conferences and symposia. Okay. Kan saya cakap tadi yang proceeding biasanya it what precedes full research paper kan. So mana proceedings ni kadang-kadang your results, they are results but it's not conclusive enough. Okay. So that's what you are submitting in proceedings, and normally an extended abstract is required. Why? Because they want to see the results and then they want to see your references. What are you trying to compare dengan previous research? So extended abstract is normally used in these activities. Okay, proceedings, conferences and symposia. Okay. And then it's not orang kata it's not entirely exclusive. Okay, kadang-kadang ada juga proceedings yang minta abstract saja. Ada juga proceeding yang minta extended abstract. So it's in the end it's entirely up to them. Okay. Abstract is normally 1 page long. Okay. And extended abstract is either dia boleh juga jadi 1 page but it normally is about 1 to 4 pages. Okay. It's longer ultimately. Okay. Saya dah cakap tadi, abstract generally no figures. Okay, jarang orang letak figure dalam abstract unless yang saya cakap tadi lah, kalau ada conference yang minta abstract sekali dengan figure, it's up to you nak letak ke tak. But generally on printed materials, thesis, journal articles, dalam abstract tak ada gambar. Okay. And then extended abstract, sometimes they require several key figures, gambar-gambar yang penting untuk dimasukkan dalam extended abstract. Why? Because in your full studies, you will have lots of different figures. Okay, you buat, for example, you buat extraction of macam tadi lah pokok, let's say tongkat Ali kan. You buat extraction, lepas tu you buat chromatografi untuk identify whatever molecular sizes. Okay, ada gambar graph, ada gambar chromatogram, ada gambar pokok, ada gambar ni. But in an extended abstract, you only take the key figures yang you wanna argue in your extended abstract, okay, in the result section. Okay, alright. Now, macam mana kita nak differentiate between an abstract and an extended abstract and the full paper? Okay, so an easiest way to do is to use this analogy. Okay, you have Charmander as your abstract. Okay, you can see it's cute. Okay, and all dia tak ada rough edges. It's so smooth, kulit dia licin and all that. Okay, so and it's cute, so it is going to attract people. Okay, an extended abstract is where everything is starting to get rough. Okay, is a more defined organism. There are more definition, lagi banyak results. Okay, you can see the results in greater detail. Okay, kat sini you maybe share a sentence of the result which is really summarized, but dalam extended abstract is explained in more detail. Okay, daripada ni tadi api dia macam ala comel je, kat sini api dia dah membara, dah ada tajam-tajam sikit api dia kan. Lepas tu tangan daripada jari bulat-bulat je jadi kuku. So that is ultimately your extended abstract. Daripada kepala botak licin, tiba-tiba ada tanduk. So apa pula beza extended abstract dengan full paper? This is your full paper. Okay, now that is complete. Okay, it has matured, it has evolved to the most complete form. Okay, dah ada sayap, dah boleh terbang. Okay, yang asal tadi macam relax-relax je, yang ni dah boleh terbang. Okay, gigi, rahang dia, definition dia, mata dia dah makin garang. Okay, yang ni comel je kan. Ada tanduk. Lepas tu tengok api dia jadi makin besar. And then because it breathes fire, badan dia tak dijilat api. Tengok, kena api dekat sayap pun tak ada apa. Relax je. So that is an analogy of how you differentiate an abstract as an abstract and a full paper. Okay, but in reality, it's never like that. Okay, to be able to come up with a good standard abstract and an abstract, you have to have first the full paper. Okay, you have to make sure everything is complete, everything is concise, and everything is accurate before you are able to strip them down into the smaller counterpart. Okay, standard abstract and the abstract. Okay, and this is how you are, only by this is how you are going to write a really excellent abstract, a really high quality abstract. Okay, without a good quality research in the first place, your abstract is nothing. Okay, so this is the in reality when you do research. Okay, and that is why you have gone through 2 sems and then buat semua, tulis semua dulu, hujung baru buat abstract. And that is how research works. Okay, you buat semua benda, bila dah siap, dah complete, dah tak ada apa kata, dah tak ada argument dah tak boleh bahas dah whatever your findings, and then you can write a really excellent abstract. Okay, right, so these are quotes from this guy, okay, William Puh, in his writing that is titled Advice to Authors of Extended Abstracts. Okay, really simple dia punya title dia. Okay, dia cakap an extended abstract is not simply a long abstract. Macam saya cakap tadi, it's not an abstract that is stretched, you add more words. No. Okay, the extended abstract should contain references. Okay, references, comparisons to related works, and other details expected in a scientific paper, but not in an abstract. Okay, you know an abstract is. Hopefully at some point we'll look at an extended abstract example and see how that differs to an abstract. Okay, abstract selalunya tak ada references. You takkan letak bla 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 et al, Ahmad et al 2019. You don't put that in an abstract generally. Okay, but you put that in extended abstract. Why? Because you are stretching, you are adding more facts into it. Okay, so you are required to put references in there. Okay, and plus you are adding more results and then you want to compare with previous work, so sebab tu kena letak references. Okay, next dia cakap an extended abstract is a research paper whose ideas and significance can be understood in less than an hour of reading. Okay, less than an hour. Let's say you have a paper. Okay, you solve the genome sequence of this organism, so you can see how long the paper is, maybe 15 to 20 pages. Okay, masa genome sequence of human first completely sequence, okay, paper dia saja berapa muka surat, berapa puluh muka surat, and much less the attachment, dia punya figure dia boleh extend nak tengok genome sequence of human. Okay, so that was a groundbreaking research. Okay, but an extended abstract biasanya it should be enough, and then people who read your extended abstract should understand it and in less than an hour. Okay, tak perlu baca lebih-lebih. Okay, writing an extended abstract can be more demanding than writing a research paper. This is what I'm saying about. Okay, research paper is much easier sebab you tulis semua, walaupun kena concise, you tulis semua dalam tu, so there's no limit as to the word you can use. Okay, but bila as an abstract ni is shortened version of your full paper, so that is why it is more tiring and demanding. Okay, you have to think about how to shorten your full paper into 4 pages. Okay, and that is challenging. Some things can be omitted in an extended abstract. For example, future work. Okay, future work kalau dalam thesis kita letak kat belakang-belakang, kita letak future work, tapi dalam extended abstract tak perlu. Okay, very specific details of the test, macam mana kita korek plan ni from tanah, macam mana kita tarik, benda macam tu tak perlu. Why? Because in the end we study the plan. Okay, tak perlu tahu. Institutional information and ramification that are not relevant to the key ideas of the abstract. Okay, some of these are not required. Okay, an idea submission should have the reviewer intrigued. Okay, tertarik within the first 5 minutes of reading. 5 minit baca je dah berminat. Okay, excited, dia dah terbakar dah. Within 15 minutes dia baca dah start macam panas nak baca lebih lagi. Okay, and then after 45 minutes dah satisfied. Okay, full power extended abstract ni. I'm impressed with the studies. Okay, that's basically it. Okay, tak perlu baca the whole paper unless they are more interested in knowing your methods and the, you know, whatever your argument is in the full paper. Okay, and if your abstract fails any of these tests, it may be rejected no matter how good your research is. Ni macam saya cakap tadi. Sebab tu saya come up with another quote myself. Okay, people always judge your abstract, so always come up with an excellent quality abstract, but only that is only possible if you have a good full paper article first. Okay, so neither overlook the importance of introduction, examples and conclusion, nor eliminate relevant images because of number of pages limitation. Okay, jangan overlook that. Kalau extended abstract punya guideline dah kata macam tu, follow it. Berapa words dia boleh guna, follow. Okay, jangan overlook the importance, because why? Reviewers ataupun semua referees akan tengok semua tu, and then that can be a reason how or why your paper is rejected. Okay, remember that your work will be read by many non-specialists of your research area. Thus, the expanded abstract must be written in a clear, straightforward and easy to understand, so it can be easily assimilated, okay, absorbed. Doing so, you can better attract general public to your research. Ini dia dah bagi advice dah. So follow his advice. Okay. Now, okay, we have talk about those stuff. Extended abstract. The guideline to come up with a good extended abstract. But how do you want to write it? Okay. Instead of me listing down the format or whatever, let's look at examples. Okay. And then you see. Okay, there are a few examples here. Okay, we are already 50 minutes into it, so I'm probably gonna skip some of these examples and go straight to the last one. Okay, I arrange this according to levels lah. Okay, start dengan junior science communication UiTM. So this is your level. Okay, and then there's a UKM conference punya guideline. This is slightly higher. This is RU punya research universities. And then clinical infectious disease, and then Harvard University. Okay, let's look at Harvard University punya is extended abstract. Okay, so I hope you see that screen. PDF. Right. See. Nampak Kalau tak nampak, beritahu. Okay. Dia ada apa? Dia ada title. Okay, ankle optimization with a soft exosuit. Okay, reduces metabolic cost of loaded walking. Okay. Tengok ayat dia, it's scientific but it's still easy to understand. Okay, exosuit maknanya suit di luar. Okay, tak perlu letak dalam kaki, tak perlu letak tulang kat kaki or whatever, letak besi or whatever. It's exosuit, is kat luar. Ankle optimization. Okay, they optimize your ankle, reduces metabolic cost of loaded walking. Kalau kita berjalan bawa beg berat, dia letak exosuit, so it helps you. Dia reduce metabolic cost. Okay, tak ada banyak energy. Look at that. You have the title, you have the authors kat sini, affiliation, and then they arrange it according to a few categories. Okay, background and purpose, subjects, methods, results and conclusion. Okay, and all of this, including the figure, see, dia ada figure kat sini, is 1 page. Oh no, 2 pages. Termasuk a few more figures lah. Okay, figures 1, 2, 3. And then they also have references there. Okay, to refer to other papers, and then they put the references there at the footnote. Okay, ini contoh standard abstract dekat Harvard University punya conference. Okay, this is the highest level you can get. Okay, it is probably no better than what you see here. And then you can see how this differs to an abstract. Okay, abstract kalau kita tengok dekat artikel lain, biasanya dia macam satu perenggan je kat sini, abstract dia tulis kat sini. Okay, dia tak ada references, dia tak ada figure, dia tak ada title, dia tak ada author, tak ada apa. But an standard abstract is like this. Okay, dia kadang-kadang dia separated into a few categories, and then there are a whole paragraph on results. Okay, and then there are figures and also references. Okay, so ini This is one guideline ataupun one way of writing an extended abstract. Okay. So I'm just going to go through that example. So in maybe next time you can look at the other examples and see the difference between abstract and extended abstract. Okay. Now to conclude, okay. An extended abstract is the more concise and compressed version of a full research paper or thesis. Okay, you have to have the full paper first, and then you compress it into a a few pages so that it's easier to read, and people reading it in less than an hour understands what your whole thesis is about. Okay, there is not one specific format, but there are many according to whatever guidelines yang institutions yang provide. Okay, but what is important, after reading your abstract, the reader is satisfied. Okay, dia puas hati. Maknanya dia tak perlu dia tak perlu read further than they need, unless they are more interested lah. They can bila they are satisfied, there is a possibility ataupun a window for further opportunities, and maybe they want to talk to you, okay, and how to go forward or whatever. Okay, and also bonus if they are left wanting to know more about your research. Okay, so that is the conclusion. So yes, okay.
Alright, thank you very much. Sorry.
No,
Do you
it's
have anything
just
more
this
to
is
say?
just to finalize the talk. But I can skip this. It's okay.
It's okay.
All
Go
right.
ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So this is some trivia. Okay, an abstract is an abstract, and it's not extract. Okay, make sure you know the difference between the two. And this is another thing. Okay, extended abstract submission deadline. Okay, even Jackie Chan pun confused. Okay, extended abstract punya submission deadline ke ataupun abstract submission punya deadline extended. So sekarang ni kita tak tahu nak hantar abstract ke nak hantar extended abstract. Okay, so the better word would be extended deadline for abstract submission. So maknanya ni dia punya subject dia adalah abstract, bukannya extended abstract. So be aware of that. And kalau tak sure, ask the institution, ask the conference punya organizer nak hantar apa. Okay, and then ask for the guidelines. Alright, so thanks for listening everybody. So I hope that helps exposing you about extended abstracts. But again, this is just one step. Okay, to be able to write a good extended abstract, it needs experience. So you have to explore, hantar dekat conferences, and then get feedback and try to write as much as you can and read as well. You cannot write a good material without reading and being exposed to how people write. Okay, so I guess that's it. So I finish my talk now. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Adli. It's very informative and banyak analogi yang diberi dekat situ tadi kan. So kenapa panas lah, ada rasa semangat nak baca. So ada soalan?
Yes, okay. So if there are questions, please go ahead.
I really hope that everybody have a clearer view of what you should do, must do. So for your level right now, I think the person who can help you in preparing your extended abstract is your supervisor. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and to do so, I hope that you guys can macam create a deadline or talk to your supervisor on when you supposed to let them macam have a look at your extended abstract before it's being published into the YouTube ke atau published into any journals. So jangan macam bagi masa dekat supervisor sangat sikit. So talk to them, create a deadline. Ada soalan? Tak ada soalan ni kira macam jelas betul ni ataupun ada
Faham
tak yang
betul ke
rasa
semua?
risau?
Power sangat ke saya punya talk tadi?
Itulah power sangat dah dekat outer space. Kan?
Itulah live from space katanya.
Live from space. Saya tiada soalan. Amar, bagus. Maksudnya sangat jelas ya?
Yeah, so Amar ni nanti boleh submit extended abstract dekat Junior Science Communication. InsyaAllah.
Junior Science Communication.
Yang UiTM tadi.
Okay. Ada tak yang siapa-siapa yang nak tanya?
Ada tak yang rasa berminat nak submit extended abstract? Ada tak? Ke tadi kata apa, perlu ke tak
Extended
Macam mana
abstract
Ustaz?
ni
Kena buat sebab
kena
required.
buat.
Okay.
Kena buat. Tapi nak submit tak submit kepada journal tu is optional.
Terserah kepada so sekarang soalan saya, siapa yang rasa nak submit?
Okay.
Yang ni yang kita perlu ni lah, perlu fokus on lah.
Dr. Adli dia cakap author tu nama kita lah kan?
Okay. So this is the politics, okay? I don't want to dive too much into the politics, okay? But in the end, it's up to discussion between you and your supervisor, okay? If it was me, I am going to put the first author nama student yang buat extended paper tu, okay? But of course lah, dia akan go through you the material kan, because you do the studies, you write the extended, you write the full article, and then you write the extended abstract. You own your research, okay? I'm just your supervisor, so you can add me as a second or your correspondence. It doesn't matter. But that is perlu discuss dengan your supervisor. Macam mana the contribution, okay? Kalau your initial, let's say your initial draft is really bad, and then your supervisor polish it into a really good quality. So and then maybe because of that the abstract is accepted. So that is ihsan between you and your supervisor lah. Kalau your supervisor nak as a first author and you agree with that, that's fine. But for me, I would if you are submitting it to let's say a junior science communication kan, takkanlah saya pun nak jadi first author juga. So saya akan bagi student tu lah, because this is how you're going to shine, okay? Your name has to be in there and you should be responsible on your studies, okay? Faham Nabila?
Yeah, may force be with you Dr. Adli. Ada
Oh,
lagi
Dr.
soalan
Muaz.
lain?
Dr. Muaz ni power ni, so boleh tanya dia juga.
Oh, dia dah ditanya dah dalam sesi lepas.
Yes.
Ada yang left the meeting ni. I hope you guys continue with this session because we have another speaker. Ada tak lagi soalan lain? Okay, tak ada.
Tu juga kalau okay, sebab next session dah nak start, so I'm open to more question. Kalau ada apa-apa soalan along the way you nak tanya, you can email me or you can get in touch lah. Okay. But paling penting sekali, talk to your supervisor. Okay, they know how to write an extended abstract. Okay.
Alright. Okay, terima kasih banyak-banyak. Thank you very much Dr. Amirul
Terima
Adli.
kasih moderator, dan thank you everyone for your attention.
Yeah, thank you very much everyone. So bolehlah stretching, but I believe you guys can stretch bila-bila sepanjang bengkel ni, and also can enjoy your drinks kan, and your food. So without delaying any minute, I would like to give an introduction for our second speaker, Dr. Aidil ya. Okay, Dr. Aidil ni pun baru bersama dengan UiTM, but not really this year. Sejak bila tu Dr. Aidil?
Secara rasminya June this year, tapi dah PTFP dah ada since last year September.
September, alright. So it's been quite a while with us. So here a little bit of his background. Bachelor in Science of Biotech from one of the university in the United States. Do you mind sharing with us the name of your institution?
It's California State Polytechnic University Pomona. It's in South California.
Alright, gitu. Besar ya dia punya panel kita dua-dua ni semua overseas made. So we should grab this opportunity to learn from them. And his PhD is in material science in UiTM. and his kepakaran here is electrochemical DNA based biosensor. Alright, so without delaying any more time, I would like to call upon Dr. Muhammad Aidil to give his presentation. Okay, welcome Dr. Aidil.
Assalamualaikum. Dr. Adli dah boleh nak present lagi ke? Because your slide is still on. Okay. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I hope you guys are fine and healthy, staying at home. Jangan keluar-keluar rumah. I mean, yelah boleh keluar rumah, but always make your safety priority, especially during COVID. Okay, so hi, but most of you have we have met face to face before, right? In analytical biochem punya class, but some of you I tengok kat sini ada yang macam nama yang I tak pernah tengok lagi, maybe that's new. So hi, salam perkenalan. So this is me. InsyaAllah ada rezeki nanti jumpa. Mana tahu ada ambil kelas-kelas nanti, okay? I will teach you nanti ke, ada rezeki jumpa, okay? I to be honest, I taklah semampu Dr. Adli to be in space. So I berpijak di bumi yang nyata. So here I am on Earth in Kuala Pilah, your ATM Kuala Pilah. The place that some of you might rindu already because it has been so long kan, tak tengok campus kesayangan you guys ni. Lepas tu dah final year, ada yang some of you final year dah nak habis, so macam like you guys are desperately want to see this campus the last time before you graduate kan. So anyway, but I'm here on Earth in Kuala Pilah. Okay, so after the very great discussion with Dr. Adli tadi for the 5% for the extended abstract, so I'm sure most of you dah berapi-rapi dah ni nak buat, wah apa tak sabar nak like Dr. Aidil, can you just finish? I'm excited to complete my extended abstract. Now can nak tengah semangat ni. But I have to say that my session is also important, which will be contributing 20% for your FSG for this code lah. Okay. And actually this topic that I'm holding here is quite a very sensitive word lah, okay, to be mentioned in everyday life. Okay, so let me just start presenting my the slide that I've prepared. I hope you need, again, like Dr. Izzati said, this is a very laid back punya presentation. Sementara I set up ni bolehlah pergi buat Nescafe ke, okay? Because my slide is not here. Give me a moment. That real quick. Okay, so I'm a very friendly person, so if you want to interrupt me somewhere in the middle, you can just do so. I'm open for that. Kopi tu hati-hati, jangan melayang keluar dari cup. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I hope you can see this. I have made a very just sikit je slide tu banding dengan Dr. Adli tadi, okay. But okay, so my topic is rather controversial because the word Viva itself is, can I say groundbreaking? I think that's just too much. But if the moment I said Viva, there are, let's just be frank, some of you, there's a little spark of fire somewhere in there. Cakap macam, oh Viva tersentak sikit kan? Oh, ada yang betul terus bakar Viva. Okay, so Viva is like inevitable. Okay, so I'm so sorry to say that, but Viva is inevitable. So Viva is actually the final stage of whatever that you are doing now. Okay, kita tak boleh nak elakkan. So you have to undergo Viva in order for you to graduate. So the first slide ni, I have put the picture of a very peaceful scenery, okay, like and water and stuff, so that it will cool down your little spark. When I say fire, Viva tu, got a little spark tu macam takut kan. Okay, so I hope this water helps a bit somewhere in there. Okay, so what I'm going to explain about Viva is that it's just based.
Dr. Aidil, tak nak celah sikit je.
Yeah, sila.
Just to highlight, this semester the Viva, they are going to record
Yes.
their own recording, And also later we're gonna organize another webinar just for Q&A.
For
Lain
Q&A.
format berbanding normal Viva. Itu saja.
Yep. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Izzati. Okay, so what I'm going to explain to you in this session right here is how to prepare yourself for Viva, because there's a little different format for this semester, especially in COVID-19. Everything has to change, including your Viva session. Okay, so let's just get straight into that. So this is the content that I have outlined for you for this very brief presentation session. So the first one, I'll be telling you a little bit about the word Viva, okay? Not just introduction, tapi just a little discussion lah, okay? About the word Viva itself. And then we are just going to jump straight into presentation slides. Not to say what the panels are expecting from you, but generally how to prepare a presentation slide for your Viva, okay? But I use this briefing session, I use my experience for my PhD Viva, because during my bachelor's degree, like you are right now, we don't have any final year project, but it's just straight into internship program. So I use this pengalaman that I'm sharing to you based on my PhD Viva. So these are the presentation slide. I'm just going to go through briefly, very briefly, and then since like Dr. Izzati highlighted before, this there's a little bit different about the Viva presentation now. It's not live session anymore. It's more on preparing a video, and then the panelizing is something that you don't have to know. Okay, there's some ways panels will be assessing your videos later. And then last but not least, I've added some one section, which is Viva tips, just straight from me, not from the not from the system itself, but from me. Okay, personally, I think you have to know some tips about your Viva session, although it is different format, but still Viva session. Okay, so Viva itself, okay, the word Viva is a taboo. Okay, the taboo here, because like I said before in the introduction slide tadi, okay, Viva, when we hear the word Viva, especially when you dekat final some of you ada final year, some of you dah nak habis kan, memang for this code memang dah nak approaching Viva lah, okay. So that Viva word is actually brings you some impact on you personally, right? So sometimes parents, you pun just casually just watching TV at night, macam, so kakak, so when's your Viva gonna take place? So that word Viva is actually not to say hurting, but it disturbs. Okay, just frank to yourself, the word Viva disturbs. But because this is exactly what I feel during my PhD, throughout my PhD, I can't wait to just finish the PhD. But in order to finish my PhD, I have to go through the Viva session, which is very, very mortifying. Okay, the word Viva itself, I don't want to get through Viva, but I know I have to go through Viva. So this too shall pass. Okay, that's the word that my mom usually tell me when because she had her PhD somewhere 6 years ago, so she shares her experience on this. So her tagline to get through the Viva session until she finishes her PhD is this too shall pass. Maknanya benda ni pun akan berlalu. Berapa susah pun, berapa mortifying, berapa like killing you pun, it will go through. You will go through that. Okay. So look at this cartoon strip here I have found for you. So during this is you like trying to sleep, and then you will be thinking, I should be writing. Yes. And then during eating, like hang out with friends, okay, I should be writing. Or when you're traveling, when you're exercising, you always feel very rasa bersalah nak pergi travel tu, because you know what, I should use this time to write, and because the Viva is approaching. So the Viva is very haunting. Until you habis Viva, barulah you put off the whole brick of house away from your head, because Viva is settled. Okay, so that is why Viva is a taboo word. So actually what Viva is that you have to understand that it is actually, where is so Viva is actually a key to your success, okay, to success, to finish your degree. But I have not scored the word success because it is actually the key to your freedom, because this is all your penjara right here, okay? You always think about it, please, this too shall pass. So after you finish with Viva, that is the key to your freedom. So, and plus I have added a few points here. Viva can actually, it is a channel to allow students to share their knowledge. Yalah, because you have gone through a whole lot of information gaining and research and stuff. So takkanlah you tak buat apa-apa kan, so you have to share those knowledge. And then of course this is very important because after this you are going to find a job or you can proceed with postgrad. Okay, so this Viva actually enhances communication skills and of course confidence level, especially during interview session ke apa, you need that confidence level to face your panels during interview ataupun during your Viva nantilah. Okay, so Viva is actually good. And then so this picture right here, actually you are bertuah lah, okay, you are lucky not to experience this, okay, when you're standing in front of the panels and then your panels buat muka macam like doubt you as a student, so that is actually killing you inside. Dah lah Viva tu sendiri dah menakutkan. Bila tengok muka-muka panel, ya Allah, hai, macam tak menggalakkan aku nak sukses, aku nak apa, pass je. Okay, look at their faces. I want to share some experience during my mock Viva during my PhD. There's this one of my panel, I cannot name the name because she's a lecturer in UiTM as well. But you know, this attitude of your panels yang membuatkan macam you, when I say some facts, they will go like, you ke? Macam like they're questioning your credibility as a PhD student. They're questioning credibility of your research that you have gone through for the whole 4 years. Okay, kita dah sweat and tears dah untuk dapat result ni, bila kita present, dia macam, ya ke betul? Macam tak, macam this is like not novelty. Okay, those motivating. Alhamdulillah for you guys, you don't have to go through this. Okay, so that is a plus point for you because all you have to do is just to produce a video presentation of 7 to 10 minutes. Okay, 7 to 10 minutes presentation for a video. So all you have to look at is the camera and or your laptop. You don't have to look at your horrifying panel punya faces. Okay.
Dr. Aidil,
Yes, saya.
they will be seeing us.
Oh, during Q&A.
Yeah,
But
we
during
can
Viva video presentation, dia tak jumpa kan?
tak ada, but they still can see our that
Oh,
kind
okay.
of face.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Izzati. So you guys sambung balik rasa takut, okay? No, okay. It will be cool, okay? So video presentation. Tapi for me, the crucial part is to deliver your knowledge to the panels. Tapi you guys, you don't have to go face to face, but you present from video presentation. Tapi another session nanti, you will have to face your panels. Tapi that time you are ready because you don't have to present anymore, but lebih kepada Q&A session, okay? Lebih kepada Q&A sharing session. Sebenarnya panels ni doa-doa lah, okay? Sementara sampai panel tu, InsyaAllah panels you from PP Bio kan, Dr. Izzati? From among us je kan panels?
Yes, correct. Just among
Yes,
us.
so insyaAllah PP Bio ni, so far as I'm here in Kuala Pilah, I see all of the lecturers PP Bio are very, very nice. Okay, very willing to help. InsyaAllah, ada satu dua je lah yang garang sikit. But never mind, they will doakanlah dia lembut hati, okay? So video presentation, fine, you face the camera only, and then you will have all the confidence you have to bring to your presentation. But during Q&A, you just prepare with the answers je lah, okay? You can actually predict the questions that the panels may ask you, and then you can already come up with answers, very good answers already, okay? You have time to prepare. So that is apa yang bagus lah untuk sesi Viva kali ni for this COVID semester. So COVID ni actually a blessing in disguise, right? Because you are presenting from video presentation. And then I have been told that minimum of 3 panels of assessors. So nanti you can see them lah, okay, during Q&A session. Okay, so let's jump right to the presentation slide. Okay, tadi dah Viva yang a little bit introduction for Viva tu, we have done that, and then right to the presentation slide. Okay, first and foremost for presentation slide, number one, let me give you a key. You have to be one with your thesis because there are no other person in any UITM or any universities that had write the thesis for you. No, nobody. It is you. So you have to know from top to toe, from hair to toenail of your thesis. Every page, every slide. Okay, from the title page all the way to the reference page. Okay, you have to get to know your child. Okay, I call my thesis PhD to child lah. Okay, 4 years punya pregnancy, dapatlah the thesis as a child. Sama lah dengan you, 2 semesters, the thesis is your child. All the sweats and tears, the migraines, itulah dia hasilnya. Okay, so you have to be able to know the whole thesis that you wrote yourself because we believe that you wrote yourself. Okay, so tak ada yang macam company lain macam please write this the information, please write for me. Itu lain cerita. Okay, so please don't do that. But you have to be one with your thesis so that you know every single detail of your thesis. So that it will bring you to this next point, number 2. Once you have known the whole body of your son, of your child, thesis, okay, you can already identify the utmost important points, the most important points in your thesis. Kan thesis is like sometimes, contohnya for 100 page of thesis, for example. You actually, when I ask you, you can actually, bila you flip through je, you know, you macam, that's important point, flip, that's important point, that's important point, that's important point. Because you already won with your thesis. So you are able to bila flip through je, okay, that's important, okay. So step number 2 ni, identify what are the utmost important points. Yang babel you macam saja nak tambah page lah, tambah 2 page lagi, aku borak kosong. Yang tu tak payah masukkan, okay? Tak payah highlight in the important points. You identify the important points and you from the important points you buat tu, jangan identify je, you keluar piece of paper ataupun you buka presentation slide ke, you create a list of content. Maknanya apa? From introduction, I have to tell the panels about introduction lah. Okay, tambah dalam content tu. Okay, I have to say about problem statement, kena tambah. Okay, kena tambah so that you have a backbone of the presentation that you are about to produce. That will bring us to the next point, which is the third point, to extract out only the important point from your thesis ataupun from your draft. Apa-apa masukkan belum produce lagi. From your draft, extract out and campak-campak dalam PowerPoint. I call it campak-campak. That's how you do it. Because you know, the hardest thing to do presentation ataupun thesis itself, writing a thesis, the hardest thing is to start, to initiate, okay, to produce the presentation slide, to initiate the presentation slide is so hard. Nak during COVID ni, you duduk rumah kan, you buka PowerPoint kosong, you tengok je, apa aku nak letak ni, aku tak tahu nak letak apa, how to start, how to begin, how to end, semua tak tahu. And then you might will become macam, aku nak pergi kopi jap lah, pergi tengok, alamak, mak tengah goreng kopok pula, makan kejap lah, lepas tu borak, abang dah balik, borak pula, lalas, memang tak tengok, because you know, let's be frank, nobody likes to, you know, to do things that you don't like. Tapi, I'm not saying that you don't like to produce presentation slide, but this is important, okay? So what I suggest to you to do to be the initial stage of preparing presentation slide is that once you identify in step number 2 here, once you identify in slide number 2 here, okay, create a list of content tu, you tanpa je create a list of content in your presentation slide, ni kosong lagi ni, baru ada the first slide, tampal tu, and then you separatekan each of the content list tu in every new slide, introduction, tampal je, introduction, lepas tu next slide, tambah satu problem statement, tambah satu literature review, tambah satu conclusion pun benda, tambah last kali reference, okay, so tambah je dulu. Lepas tu, what you do is that because you have the one with the thesis, you know your thesis better than other people, and then you have identified the utmost important points. So what you do now is for every slide yang you dah letak content tu, for example introduction, you pergi dekat thesis itu, introduction yang you tulis panjang-panjang tu, you highlight paragraphs yang you rasa perlu diberitahu kepada panel yang menggambarkan your research. Okay, so you highlight, what you do is campak je. Okay, so that's step number 3. Campak. I think I should write there, campak for you guys to like understand this. Campak. Okay, campak. So dalam results and discussion pun, whatever the result figures semua, copy paste, campak je, kemudian fikir. Okay, campak important point. Okay, dah nampak dah ada konsep, oh dah ada isi, barulah ada semangat untuk betulkan dia and then isi betul. Okay, so that is my tip untuk point number 3. Then this brings to point number 4, which is barulah you condensation of words. Because this is a PowerPoint, okay, this is a presentation slide, it cannot be wordy, okay, janganlah banyak-banyak you copy paste, itulah dia you present nanti. And then you will end up, masa present you read je. Sebab dah complete sentence dah, okay. So bila read, it brings, dia tak banyak panels ni tak akan macam eager to know more lah. Because you just read. Dia orang pun read, masa panelizing your thesis pun, dia dah read dah. So this is like revisiting the points that you have put in your thesis. So that is why it is very important. Step number 4 ni is to condense your words. Okay, now you revisit the presentation slide. Lepas you campak, you revisit satu slide after one another. Okay, you visit introduction, you tengok this is the whole paragraph yang you dah campak tu. Okay, apa yang from the paragraph you cari and the most important keywords. Okay, you cari highlight, you delete yang lebih-lebih yang you bunga-bunga tu je, yang cerita bunga tu delete. Jadilah beberapa point sahaja in the introduction. If tak cukup satu slide, you can do 2 slides. Tapi I would highly suggest buat satu je lah. Okay, condensekan semua introduction tu into 1 slide. Okay, only keywords. You don't have to put all the words. Okay, dah after condensation of words, barulah final stage, which is step number 5. Barulah you throw in your creativity, because the slides has to be attractive also, because remember your panels ialah human being also, they like creativity but not too much. Nanti I'll get to that. Okay, so creativity ni barulah you letak introduction tu cantikkan sikit, and then point tu lepas letak gambar sikit ke, that is where you put your creativity into action. You campakkan konfeti ke, okay, and warna-warna pecik-pecik tu bagi colourful sikit. Okay, so that is the 5 main bukan tips lah, I mean the procedure, the steps that I rasa I nak suggest dekat you. Okay, okay, so this is the presentation slide. My recommendation lah, okay, it's up to you to put whatever you think that is important, but my recommendation, your content of presentation slide is all of these. Okay, start with title page, and then it brings to introduction yang you dah condensekan. From the introduction, barulah dapat kita identify problem statement. So that is a flow there. Okay, it is important to have flow in your presentation. Introduction, bila dah cerita kau punya research ni, lepas tu barulah kita boleh extract out problem statement. From the cerita yang kita cerita tu, oh Maya, this is the problem. Barulah you letak dekat problem statement bawah tu. And then proceed with objective, which is answering the problem statement. And then you proceed lah, okay, significant review, literature review, results discussion. Kalau for those yang buat number 1 case study, ada this part, masukkan juga this part is important. But untuk review, this is the important part. Okay, you put the body of your research there. Okay, and then suggestion and recommendation. Okay, I will go one by one. So this is an example of I picked up in internet. This is a presentation slide for a PhD Viva lah, tapi okay, sama juga, same goes here. It starts with okay, you can what you can put on the your front title here is that logo. You can put, it is advisable lah, okay, to show that you are presenting FYP4 UITM punya ni. Okay, you have logo, and then your title here, okay, and then remember to put your name and ID, of course, and supervisor name. Okay, if you have more than one, you have co-supervisors, please list all of them. And please identify whether they are professor ke, associate professor ke, doctor ke, okay? Because this is a presentation, academic presentation. So those titles are important for, bukan for them, I mean, to actually validate your research, okay? And please make sure that the spelling for your supervisor's name, please get it right. Okay, this actually reflects you as a student, whether you serious ke tidak in your research or study as a whole. Because I have heard stories from other lecturers as well, during final, bila tulis nama lecturer tu, tak apa-apa tadi, main hentam je bin binti tu, tak bapak siapa tak ada letak kat situ. Okay, so it is actually ethical lah for you as a student also to get to know the name, the particular name of your lecturer, biar betul. Especially nak letak dekat ni, dekat front page of FYP presentation ni, okay, it has to be right. Ni nama dia, make sure you get it right, okay. That is important point lah for you to highlight during, for you to take note during preparation of presentation slide. So I have lined here, okay, so make sure simple and straightforward, okay, tak payah nak bercerita-cerita panjang, nak tambah abstract pula kat sini, lepas tu nak tambah gambar-gambar yang eksperimen you buat lah, apa benda, tak payah. Short and straight je, okay, because you nak visit title page ni for your introduction dia. Assalamualaikum, saya ni, this is my supervisor and this is my title project about habis. You don't have time to like present all of this. Remember, this video that you're going to produce is only 7 to 10 minutes, okay. So please make sure, especially for title page, please make it simple and straightforward. Okay, ni je. For me, this is enough dah ni, okay. Ni straightforward je, dah cukup, only the important points. Okay, not too many colors, remember, okay. Nanti macam syarat lah, boleh tengok first page ni, syarat mana kau punya title page ni tak nampak sebab penuh dengan gambar-gambar artis-artis Korea pun kau tampal juga kat situ sebab engkau suka, because you like it. Tak semestinya the panels will like it, right? But tapi kalau your research is on that individual, yelah, bolehlah, that is viable to put the face of the person there. Tapi kalau tak ada kena-mena, jangan ada letak, tak ada kena-mena, okay? Remember, this is academic presentation. It has to be formal in a way. Okay, so ni, important point. There's no second chance for first impression. You have to remember, title page is the first impression of the panels. Walaupun panel tu, ialah your supervisor pun ada, dia kenal dah you macam mana, tapi untuk ikut nasib you juga, for other panels maybe they never heard of you, never seen you before. So this is your chance to make your first impression as a FYP student, as a final year student. Okay, so this is the first impression of the lecturer. Mana tahu days to come you nak buat project ke apa, mana tahu itulah supervisor you nanti, okay. So you better make impression dekat title page, okay. So that's why I cakap buatlah elok-elok, okay, not too many colors and simple and straightforward. So that is the title page. Next, for introduction, okay, you masuk introduction. Ni I go one by one, masa content yang I suggest tadi, okay. So the first one is introduction. So what is important in introduction? Because you have written a lot in introduction, because I've seen my students also introduction tu panjang, which is good, okay. You cerita daripada a big picture ni macam Dr. Ida and Dr. Muaz dah explain sebelum ni, how to do the introduction. Dia big picture first, okay, big picture, lepas tu barulah dia funnel into your scope, okay. So introduction ni, but in presentation slide you cannot do that too, okay. Janganlah ambil daripada besar negara, sampailah berapa slide you nak buat introduction. Last you dapat, you dah buat 1 jam punya presentation, which is cannot, sebab dia 7 to 10 saja, remember, okay. So introduction ni, again, you highlight important points only that answers this question, okay. Because the reason why panels want to see that introduction is so that they know what is the project that you're doing about, okay. What is this project about? So briefly introduce your research dekat sini, okay. From the whole paragraph tu, you concisekan, you pendekkan, you condensekan into apa dia menjawab soalan ni saja. What is it the project about, okay? And then highlight only the important points, okay, and make sure reflects problem statement, because in presentation, flow of presentation is very important, okay. You cannot just jump to introduction. Okay, lepas ni I cerita pasal problem statement pula, tak boleh, okay. Dia boleh, tapi it will not be very a good presentation lah, okay. So yang a good presentation is dia ada flow dia. First introduction, you cerita benda ni. From the introduction, sebelum you tukar slide into problem statement tu, barulah you, okay, cerita ni aku dah cerita kisah ni, okay, tapi ada masalah dia kat sini. You buka lah slide seterusnya, which is problem statement. So make sure the introduction you highlight in the slide reflects the problem statement that you are about to tell in the next slide kejap lagi, okay. So I would highly implore and suggest you in introduction, don't just words, please use graphics and images, because introduction ni, it resembles the colorfulness of your project, okay. You tunjuklah gambar devices ke apa benda kat situ lah dia, okay. Tapi make sure you address those figures and pictures that you use in the slide presentation in your words, okay, in your context that you put in the introduction. Okay, so that is for introduction. This is like gambar yang I suka pilih because it's like storytelling, right? Campfire ni dia cerita, ni semua panel dia lah, 3 orang ni. Okay, panel duduk macam, wah best ni project dia ni. Okay, this is you hopefully confident je tu. Okay. Next, habis dah, masuklah problem statement, objective and significance of research. Okay, so these 3 aspects you have written in your thesis. So what you have to do now is just to highlight sahaja dekat dalam your presentation slide. Highlight clearly because some problem statements ada yang buat points, ada yang buat in paragraph. You cannot copy paste the paragraph. Please only highlight the important points only. You can also put only the points sahaja, 3 point macam tu. Tapi selebihnya yang you cerita paragraf panjang tu by lisan, okay, by orally, you cakap tu orally, you explain to you by orally because panels ni dah tengok dah thesis you, okay, dia dah tahu dah, they just want you to use your own words to describe the problem statements, okay, and then from the problem statements barulah you buat objective tu again it has to reflect, it has to answer the problem statement. Itu pun you boleh buat figure lah, okay, tunjukkan bagi cantik kat situ. And then significant research, of course you jawab why is your project so important. Ni semua ni you dah buat in your thesis dah, okay. This is, I'm just touching, my scope is for presentation slide. Okay, so literature review, this for review papers, for review thesis, this is the body, the result of your research, okay. So apa yang you nak ceritakan sini ialah what had been done because you know literature review is a very very long paragraph, very wordy, maybe sometimes sampai 20 page tu of literature review kan. So you cannot cram all of the 20 pages into the slide, okay. And then again, masa you present nanti, you contohnya Chilean exports ni, yang I bagi contoh ni. Fresh, kalau you nak present, mesti you cakap, okay. So next, I will explain about Chilean exports. Fresh fruit leaves Chile's export makes Chile emerges as major supplier of dah, you baca dah. Tentu baik panel, pause je video you, dia baca. Baca, okay, nanti dia skip. Macam tu tak best lah kan. So you have to make sure that you want to explain about the findings that you have found from the papers that you have collected and reviewed. Okay. So one important point you have to highlight in literature review is that what had been done. You bagi tahu sebab review kan. You cerita apa yang orang dah buat selama ni. Okay. Walaupun dalam thesis you dah cerita banyak-banyak subtopics, but dalam presentation slide ni you only highlight the literature review yang you buat based on the objective sahaja, nak jawab objektif tu, okay. Maybe some fundamental review ke boleh juga that brings you to that topic, tapi paling penting yang kena highlight in literature review dalam presentation slide is the points that is actually answering the objectives that you have written in the previous slide, okay. You highlight yang tu je. Walau nak tambah lebih-lebih tu boleh untuk support pun boleh, tapi jangan banyak sangat, okay. Because literature review tend to be very wordy macam ni, okay. Macam contoh yang I bagi ni, what had been done, what happened, semua yang cerita, okay. Like I said to my students, literature review ni actually dia macam mengumpat tau, dia macam cakap okay weh si Timah tu ada good tapi si Halim tu cakap pula dia tak ada benda ni, tapi si Timah tu kata betul dia ada 3, macam tu. Contoh si Joyah belakang tu pula kata dia ada 4 weh disimpan dalam tu. So that is literature reviewing, right? Those are the papers, okay, the facts that you gain from other sources and then you compile it into your own summary. That is how you do literature review. And if that, apa yang I cakap dia ada 3, 2 disimpan dalam almari tu, if that is your finding for that answers the objective, put it that in the presentation slide, okay? And then make sure you put points only and the rest is by orally. Make sure you explain more as compared to the words in the slides, okay? And then I would highly recommend use figures and images because, you know, again, panels are human beings. They can also feel boring, okay? I mean, feel bored, bukan boring, sorry. Feel bored. Macam you, kalau you word je, alamak, boringnya apa benda cakap, okay? So actually, make sure you put figures and images from your yang review papers tu and since you ramai yang buat review, so make sure you cite the pictures that you took from, okay. Other important points ni I banyak kali ulang, highlight only important points, okay. Presentation has to be in points. Make sure reflects the objective ni yang cakap tadi, okay. So Chilean exports ni a big no-no. This is an example. Jangan buat. This is not example for a true literature review in presentation slide. Okay. This is an example, a bad example. Okay. I took from the internet. Memang I cari bad literature review slide. Okay. Inilah dia. So that is highly not recommended. You boleh buat tapi not recommended at all. Sebab nanti dia akan reading dia. Okay. Not effective presentation. And again, if you read, dia akan be more than 7 to 10 minutes. Okay. So summary and conclusion. Okay. What did we learn? Answer this question. From the research that you done, what did we learn? Apa yang kita tahu daripada orang-orang joya-joya semua tu? Okay. Halim cakap macam ni. What do we learn? Okay. From that, until you dah buat anthesis, all you have to do is just to extract the important points into the presentation slide. Make sure you highlight the finding. Finding that answered your objective tadi. Please insert in summary and conclusion. So that bila panel tengok tu, oh okay, from the review yang dibuat tu, dia actually achieve the objectives yang dia listed tu. Okay, highlight that one. Highlight yang you dah dapat tu. Okay. And then, okay, suggestion and recommendation, ini you based on the thesis je lah. Okay, based on the knowledge you have gained, suggest a field that can be ventured by other researchers because you are doing the other researcher in the future a favor because you dah compilekan dah maklumat daripada tempat ni, dia compilekan into one thesis and all you have to do is just bila based on the research that you found macam, oh okay juga kalau ada researcher yang nak buat benda ni because based on orang-orang ni, ini belum ada lagi. So kat sini lah you suggest and recommend. Okay, nanti next time researcher lain cari, tengok you punya research ni, oh dia ada recommendation, oh betul juga orang ni dah bagi recommendation, dia akan follow that. Okay, make sure you highlight in presentation slide. Okay, next habis dah presentation slide. Okay, producing presentation slide, nanti I akan bagi a few tips lepas ni lah. Okay, so now you are preparing a Viva video, which is, this is a new format for this semester, which is to produce Viva video instead of facing your bukanlah horrifying, tak baik lah, those are my colleagues too, your intelligent panel spaces. Okay, nanti you can macam overwhelmed kan bila tengok dia orang macam so clever and then I'm like presenting, takutlah dia orang judge ke apa. So this is for, let's save that for Q&A session only, but this is an advantage for you because you will be only facing your camera for the presentation, for Viva presentation, your slide. Okay. So there are several ways that I found in the internet of producing a lecture presentation. It is called lecture presentation because you are presenting, right? Okay, so there are several methods. First and foremost, okay, I have a few more minutes. Record using PowerPoint. You can also do this, okay, you narrate whatever that you punya presentation Viva video tu, you narrate, you bagi idea, bagi tahu kat situ, okay? And then there are also other free softwares. I lupa nak tulis. Free, totally free. Don't worry. COVID ni I faham. Economy is so bad. So I understand. So now I suggest you free softwares. Okay, so I found this YouTube links. I will masa Q&A nanti I will share these YouTube links for you to see. So these YouTube links are actually dia ajar macam mana step by step macam mana nak produce a video presentation with your voice and with your face along with it. Okay, this is, you also can use PowerPoint. So this is the YouTube link. Nanti I'll share it to you. Record using other softwares also. Okay, this YouTube video, this person teach you how to use these free softwares: Loom, Screencast-O-Matic, Screencastify. Okay, these are some of the free softwares and you can use. It is totally free. Because you will only be using these softwares for 7 to 10 minutes only, maximum 10. Make sure you maximum 10 je. So don't worry kalau you extensively guna, barulah kena bayar kan. But these are free. Ada yang trial even boleh because you're using 7 to 10 minutes only. Okay. So for PowerPoint, I'm just going to give you some very brief cara lah. Okay. Other softwares too, you can see that video. Okay. Okay, for example, this is my slide. You can still see my slide, right? Okay, all you have to do is to go to slideshow tab right here. Okay, kat atas ni. And then there is record slideshow. Okay, dia terus ada tu, record slideshow. Record current, okay. From beginning lah, okay. You have to start, I start from here lah. Nanti you start from beginning lah. Current slide, okay. There you go. The app, please select another. Okay. Okay, so this is an example of interface of the video recording. Okay, so nanti I cannot show you my face now because I am presenting in Google Meet, but there will be your face here. I would highly recommend to produce Viva video with your face with it. Okay, I especially me, if I'm your panel, I am a very physical observant kind of people. Okay, bila I suka tengok, bukan suka in a weird way, suka tengok in judging punya face. I like to see how you present and how are you so confident with the hand gestures, because as you can see I am a very hand gesture person, so I talk with my hands, okay, to make my students understand better, so I use my hands. So maybe you juga, kalau in order for you to make panels understand, it is important for you to make your panels understand so that they won't question you. So maybe you use your hand gestures also. Untuk introverts, maybe dia malu untuk show faces, but it's okay. You don't have to use faces. Tunjuk guna suara sahaja pun boleh. But I will highly recommend to show your face and your gesture while presenting the video. Okay. So this is interface dia lah. Okay, nanti you ni dia boleh lukis-lukis, tukar color-color. Okay. It will be very interactive punya video. So I would highly love it lah. Kalau I as a panel lah, I'm not sure. I can't speak for other panels as well. Okay. So that is PowerPoint. Go visit this YouTube video because I don't have much time. These links can bring you straight to the instructive videos that will help you to record the PowerPoint presentation for your Viva video, okay, and also other softwares as well. Okay, so that is Viva video. So a few tips for producing Viva video, okay. So like I said before, preferably show your face so that you know, we are human beings also. We like face-to-face punya interaction, okay? So that is preferably show your face, and then make sure you have a very good devices. Is it devices? Yes, instruments, devices, okay? Make sure you have, so that it can give you clear voice. There's nothing worse than a video with a very cramped voice, murmuring voice. Contohnya kalau I baca ni kan, show your face. So like the panels will like go maximum volume to actually get what you are trying to present. So that is not good. Nanti dia akan jadi marah macam apa benda tak dengar ni. Bila marah tu, it will affect your, secara indirectly, it will affect your points as well. So make sure you have a very clear voice, which is by using clear devices and clear picture also. Okay, gambar yang kecil tu walaupun kecil je, okay, nanti nampak you present tu, but you can see your facial expressions. That's very important. This is very important, okay? Don't overdo your presentation, okay? Let me share you this one experience that I've gained from your junior, super duper junior diploma part 1, okay? I ajar UED, but I'm not gonna say names, tak elok, okay, aib dia. UED 102 tu, they have to produce presentation, video, how to enroll into UED lah, macam tu lah assignment dia. So I have looked only half of them. Oh, some of them, ya Allah, overdo presentation. Dia punya first introduction tu ada kereta, which dia macam racing lah, macam racing sampailah tu, baru dah dia keluar title dia. That car has nothing to do with whatever they are trying to present, okay? So that is very unnecessary. I would highly suggest to you, leave them out. Okay, tak payah nak creative sangat. Again, this is academic presentation, so it has to be formal in a certain way. Okay, don't overdo it. Jangan tiba-tiba ada background lagu-lagu, pula lagu apa, nasyid ke apa, nak bagi nak sejuk hati lah, korang ada zikir ujung dah belakang tu. Tak perlu, okay, insyaAllah tak perlu. Okay, so don't overdo your presentation. If you're, okay, this is another advantage of you, because your Viva is to produce video presentation, to record. You are able to do this, okay? If the first try you buat, okay, I dah ready, dah pakai smart, okay, dah buat presentation, dah buat, habis pause. Bila you tengok balik macam, oh tak berapa ni lah, I patut mention ni lebih lah, macam, don't worry, you can delete. Don't worry, that it is not like it's a live Viva presentation where you can, okay, sorry guys, doctor, can I just rewind and can I just restart because I don't like my presentation before. You cannot do that, okay, in live presentation. But in video presentation, you can always do that. If you don't like your face, muka yang macam report ke apa, terpercaya, tak cantik ke apa, or you misinterpret the points misinterpret your presentation, you can always delete that and redo it all over again. You can always do that. Okay, so this is the advantage of producing Viva video. So please don't hesitate if it's not up to your standard ataupun you rasa macam lah panel nak lebih ni. If it's not up to your standard, you can always delete and redo. This is a very versatile Viva presentation. Okay, so remember that. Okay, so habis dah Viva video, now we are going to Viva tips. Okay, these are some personal tips that I can advise to you lah. Okay, so first and foremost, I personally during my Viva presentation also ataupun what I expect from the students also, a very proper and a very flowy presentation. What I meant by flowy is that from introduction, you cerita apa yang you kisah you punya research ni, okay, kisah. From that, nampak dah sikit problem-problem tu, then you bring to the problem statement. Nampak dia punya flow tu. Okay, tak adalah macam introduction, cerita pasal Apple dekat Austria tu warna merah. Tiba masuk problem statement, shipping process in Malaysia is very costly. Kan tak nampak, right, the kaitan. So make sure bila you cerita pasal Apple tu, you cerita kita Malaysia import Apple, ni lepas tu it has to go through shipping. Okay, that is the introduction. And then bila dah nampak sikit tu, baru dia masuk ke problem statement. Please make sure it is flowy so that bila panel dengar tu macam, ni tiba-tiba cerita pasal apa, tiba macam shipping, tadi Apple. Okay, make sure you flow, you macam storytelling. Like I said tadi, it is like storytelling. So bila masuk tu, bila problem statement, so how we have to overcome this problem is by, barulah you explain pasal objectives you. Okay, that is how, that is very flowy. Sama lah macam literature review, because literature review is very long and very banyak information. Make sure you cerita daripada first, you kaji pasal salmonella for example. Okay, kaji pasal ni, betul. So dia punya different characteristic by other papers ni membawa kepada sifat dia macam ni. That is how you do a very very good presentation. Okay, to make sure the flow of the presentation is very flowy and easy for the panel to understand. Proper dress code. Okay, janganlah since you work from home, I mean since you study dari rumah, bangun-bangun tu terus pakaikan plakat dengan sleeveless ni. Okay, hari ni I want to present to you, please. Okay, this is a formal academic presentation. Please make it make effort to do your best, to be in the best form to present to your panels. Okay, proper dress code. And proper dress code will bring you to confident. Bila dah pakai, taklah I cakap suruh pakai blazer ke apa, tak semestinya, tapi proper. Bila dah proper tu, bila you present tu, you will be more confident because you know you look good. Okay, so that is the key to be confident in your presentation. Don't produce playful video. This is like the one that I told you before pasal UED tu. There are some students also, dia pakai filter face untuk presentation. Adalah dia present macam tu dengan ada telinga teddy bear, pasal ada macam whiskers, pasal ada pula blusher kat sini. What were you thinking? Tapi itu ialah, itu maybe that's maybe that is a very informal punya assignment. Tapi for you, please don't. Nanti panel akan jelek. Mesti dia stress out, dia akan tolak markah you right away. Okay, so please produce a formal video for presentation. Okay, because remember, this is still a research presentation and the audience, which is the panel, did not watch your video for leisure. Maknanya taklah macam boring lah nak tengok je lah video budak ni. It's not for leisure. Okay, so this is actually, the panels are actually working. Itulah dia. Okay, KPI dia. Okay, so again, remember the panels are still human being. So apa-apa yang you buat, you fikirlah pasal perasaan panel yang akan tengok tu. Okay, jangan membuatkan banyak sangat ni, migraine pula dah. Masing-masing ada lecturer duduk rumah, stressful dengan keadaan rumah. Jadi macam dah, kusut aku tengok kau punya slide ni. Okay, so make sure, remember, they are still human being. Please do everything that pleases another human being, because at the end of the day, you want to please the panel so that they will give you banyak points, right? Okay, that's the key. And then remember, your Viva ni, please remember this, keep this in mind. The Viva that you are producing now is the actual key for your freedom or success lah tadi, okay? For your freedom, maknanya if you do good, insyaAllah it will be good, and then senang je, and then you can graduate. Okay, that is the key to your freedom. Okay, so remember, keep that in mind so that along the way when you do presentation, though, this is my key. I have to do good. Okay, remember that. Okay, so that one, your panels being human being. Okay, we can be silly as well. Okay, so Viva tips again tadi. These are the do's and the don'ts. Okay, final session. Okay, Izzati kejap final session, the do's and the don'ts for presentation, Viva presentation. Okay. First and foremost, you have to plan your presentation. Macam I cakap tadi, okay. A proper planning makes a proper result. Okay, make sure you plan betul-betul. Jangan berterabur. Nanti tiba-tiba problem statement kat ujung sana. Macam mana ni kan? Pening kepala. Okay, and then make sure all of the slides are simple, short, and readable slides. Simple, short. Because remember, short lah. I mean, janganlah copy the whole paragraph and then paste and then expect the panel to read for you. Okay, tak boleh. Simple, make it short, and then readable slides. The pictures are all readable and easy for the panel's eyes. Okay. Choose soothing fonts. Janganlah you nak jadikan your presentation very exotic. You gunalah huruf macam mana tajam-tajam macam tu sampai panel tak boleh baca and then lama-lama stress. Okay. Concise words ni I dah cover tadi. Okay, short and concise words only. And then highly recommend to use images, figures and flow charts. Okay, nanti I tunjuk kalau sempat I tunjuk my presentation untuk Viva PG lagi. Tunjuk sikit lah. Okay. Figures and flow charts untuk material ke apa, janganlah cerita in words. Buat flow chart, baru cantik, right? Gambar, you cerita nanti baru sedap, you cerita pun sedap. Okay, and then ni do's and the don'ts, okay, because most of you buat review paper, don't forget when you put in the images in your literature review, please cite, because you get those pictures from other papers as well, okay? So the don'ts, these are the don'ts. Don't insert too much animations. You nak bagi cantik, animation bergerak macam mana? Important point ni semua bergerak kan, dah pening kepala. Okay, avoid wordiness like I said tadi, because you have to remember this is a PowerPoint, not power words. Okay, points. You have to put points in, bukan words, the whole paragraph, bukan power paragraph. This is PowerPoint, so make sure you avoid wordiness, banyak-banyak perkataan. Wordiness ni ialah extended words. Okay. Avoid very crowded background and hyperlinks. Sekarang pun jenis yang suka yang macam guna very complicated punya slide, right? Bukanlah panel tu kena access, tapi you nak explain tu, you ada tekan back button lah, pergi balik content, lepas tekan pula content, pergi pula sini. Lepas tu you sendiri dah macam, macam mana tadi? Very complicated background and hyperlinks ni complicate you as a presenter, okay? And it causes so much errors. Nanti lagi you stress nak buat hyperlink ni, okay? So, and last but not least, do not ever include data you don't want people to know. Okay, this is like bola tanggung. Okay, you bagi atas memanglah orang bantai. Okay, you letak kat situ something yang you not sure of. You tak tahu, you tak sure macam, betul ke ni tak apa letak je. Dan tak ke nanti kalau panel tanya, you yang terperangkap. Okay, so make sure you avoid yang macam macam vague lah fact ni, tak apa. Leave it out. Don't put in the presentation points, okay? So make sure you remember that. So these are the timeline. I'm sure you are well aware of it. Okay, so 7 to 10 minutes. Remember this yang Dr. Izzati cakap tadi. So this is you submitting your video, and then there will be another session soal jawab ni, right? Okay, soal jawab. This is where you will meet the panels and there will be Q&A session. Okay. So nanti itu yang dah describe oleh Dr. Izzati, but I'm not going to go deep into that. Okay. So thank you so much. The end of the video presentation Viva tu semua. You insyaAllah you will enjoy this. Please doa COVID habis so that you can actually experience this. Ya Allah, I doakan you would experience that, because this ceremony is very, very, very meaningful to your life. This is once in a lifetime. Unless you pergi master and PhD, itu ceremony lain pula. Okay, so I want you to feel the ceremony macam ni with your friends. Okay, insyaAllah, amin. Kita doakan tu. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Izzati. Back to you.
Alright, thank you very much Dr. Aidil. So, I hope semua orang akan rasa lega and insightful ya. Okay, Dr. Amirul cakap pre-recorded, so boleh review and edit bila tak puas hati, which
Yes,
you
exactly.
would never get from a physical Viva. So it's going to be okay, don't worry too much. About recording, Office 365 is maybe okay, but do all students have recent Office?
Oh, okay. Yes. There are some ni juga I've seen internet juga lah. Okay. First and foremost, students, it's up to your creativity to do the video macam mana. But for a non-365 PowerPoints, you can also save them as pictures. And then there's this one software which is I think story me or something, story me tu dia compilekan all of the pictures because you have saved all the PowerPoint slides into picture, satu picture. So that software story me, if I'm not mistaken, nanti I cari balik. Story me tu dia compilekan all of the pictures yang you dah save slide tadi, and then you can add your voice to it. Tapi video, I'm not sure whether sekarang dah ada button video ataupun tidak, tapi dulu yang I tengok tu dia ada voice recording saja, but that's fine. Okay, nanti that is one of the ways lah. Ataupun you can also 365 you can try yang sekejap I tak share lagi link kan. This link di YouTube dekat sini ni dia bagi tahu using Loom Screencast-O-Matic Screen 35. They are very easy to use, don't worry. Okay, as long as you have a camera tu je. Ni this is PowerPoint ni. This is untuk belajar. This is untuk belajar other softwares. This is untuk belajar PowerPoint. PowerPoint. Oh. Okay, that one's untuk PowerPoint. Yang the first YouTube link tu is for other softwares other than PowerPoint. Loom, I dah tengok video tu. It is very easy. Senang je nak download because it's free. And then you share je dia punya slide, and then tapi kena ada creativity guna. Kalau if you don't have camera in your laptop, you can use your phone.
Regarding the app untuk screen recorder, saya juga nak share siapa yang tak ada kemudahan laptop yang terkini ataupun adalah masalah. You can use your phone and you can download an app called Screen Recorder. Screen Recorder tu you can put your face in there, and also you can landscape your slide. So the most important thing, we would like to see your slide and your face.
Yes.
Saya nak buat syarat wajib please your face and your slide. Supaya it will be more, it's not remarkable.
Effective.
Macam kita ada eye contact juga while you are talking. Even
I
though
think it is more on effectiveness of your presentation lah.
Yes,
Bila dia
how
betul, right?
to stress your point, we can see it from your face,
Yes.
So please, saya nak wajah and also your slide. Okay. Kalau ada nak buat tripod, ada camera recorder, nak berdiri, up to you. You want your whole body in there, up to you. As long as jelas. Okay. Saya pernah guna email siswa tapi belum cuba lagi. Yes,
boleh you guys ada account. Awesome.
Boleh juga. Tapi screen recorder pun boleh cuba. Boleh start dari sekarang, cuba-cuba and tunjuklah quality tu kepada kawan-kawan. Ada soalan lagi tak? Okay, seperti yang dijanjikan, tolong isi this one. Nak isi sijil masing-masing bolehlah letak dalam nak apply kerja nanti ke apa ke, boleh tunjuk.
Speaker pun dapat sijil ke?
Macam mana?
Speaker pun dapat sijil ke?
Nak sijil kita cuba usahakanlah Suzaini boleh Suzaini boleh add bunyi tak tu?
Dekat chat ni tak ada soalan untuk saya kan?
Dekat chat tak ada. Yes, Adlina buka your my accounts. Okay, ada Dr. Adli pun tolong jawab. Boleh scan that QR code, isi kepuasan pelanggan, and also nanti your e-sijil akan directly email to your inbox and you will get your e-sijil. Link dibuka hanya 30 minit sahaja. Boleh either scan the QR code or boleh click the link given in the chat box. Dr. Aidil, terima kasih banyak-banyak saya ucapkan. Dia minta slide. Boleh tak panel share slide? From the auto space senang tak nak hantar?
Boleh. Satellite Amirul je lalu tadi. So it should be quick.
Boleh insyaAllah. Nak share macam mana
Boleh hantar kat WhatsApp ataupun boleh directly hantar kat chat box if possible.
Like that I never know.
Kalau tak boleh, just send it to me, then I will send to their WhatsApp group.
Okay, yep.
Dan nanti Dr. Adli akan tolong untuk masukkan recording ni ke dalam YouTube?
Boleh.
Boleh eh?
Boleh.
Yelah, kita ada buat
So
apa dekat space tu.
slide tu saya akan share. Sebab internet sini pun laju, so don't worry about that. International Space Station pun ada kat sebelah je, okay? Video tu akan upload kat YouTube, and then yang link-link yang saya cakap pasal standard abstract ni contoh tadi boleh refer tu lah, tengok macam mana guidelines from different institution, okay? Tu yang saya tak berapa explain tadi. Itu saja.
Alright, thank you. Tapi tadi berapa pages of extended abstract tu yang Dr. Adli cadangkan?
Dia memang terserah kepada the body yang allow submission tu lah. Contoh kalau macam JSC tadi, Junior Science Communication, dia ada cakap 2 pages tak silap. So 2 pages lah yang buat. Yang Harvard tadi pun dia buat 2 pages. Sebab it's just, it shouldn't be more than 4 actually.
It has to be concise lah.
Yeah, it has to be concise and compressed. Bukannya pendek. Okay, it has to be concise. Maknanya as much information in as little words as possible. Itu maksud.
Quote baru lah.
Itulah.
Aduh,
Okay.
philosophical sangat.
Banyak quote ni.
Script lah ya, quote yang you should judge by abstract tu.
Yep.
Otak jalan laju kat space ni.
Cool. Gravity tak ada, so otak macam tak ada tarikan, so it's working.
Apa